Well, at least I got to see the Black Hole Forge. But this time I'll have more time to use those other two stations, the ones I haven't quite figured out. But first, the ship's log. So, for Ember Twin, we have... There are tower designs in the high energy lab that reveal each warp receiver's location. Yeah, we haven't been there, have we? And here, an advanced warp core was approved for installation in the central chamber of Ash Twin. Wait a second. And here, a warp tower's alignment point is not its warp receiver. Rather, a warp tower always aligns with the center of its corresponding astral body. The warp receiver must be located on or in close orbit around the relevant astral body. The hourglass twins are so close together that they function as a single astral body with a shared alignment point between them. All of the warp towers were being constructed on Ash Twin, while the 6 warp receivers were being constructed at different locations. A nomai named Poke successfully forged an advanced warp core for the Ash Twin project. And this, a diagram depicting the alignment angle between a warp tower and its corresponding astral body. Warp tower alignment angles are not exact, they only need to be within 5 degrees of the astral body's center. This results in slightly longer warp windows that last roughly several seconds. Anyone stepping in onto the warp platform during the active window will be immediately warped. Several seconds, you say? Wait a second, there's something for Dark Bramble, too. The vessel's warp core broke when the ship crashed in Dark Bramble. And that's about it. Okay, let me just blast off here. You know, it occurs to me that when that cannon fired, it would be fair to say that there were still nomai somewhere in the system, namely on it. So, wait a second. Wrong twin. Okay, and we're not going behind the sun, that's good. So, wait a second. Yeah, that thing that's... Hold it. Oh, no. Alright, that's better. If I could just land on this thing, instead of always having to chase it. There we go, alright. If I can just get it so that the ship isn't in this... Maybe I gotta wait for... Oh no, it's going this way. Has it passed by yet? It looks like it has. Okay, that's good. I was getting concerned there for a minute. Now here, this place. I'm not 100% sure what it is. The design is a kind of a starburst, which may indicate... You know, if my theory is true about this, it's... then somewhere I'm positively itching to go. What about the rest of this place? Well, it looks as though... yeah, we're slow but sure. Yeah, we're slowly but surely getting into this. If I can just find a way in. Yeah, see, here's one. It doesn't look like it's functioning, though. What about the one up the other side? It looks like there should be one at the other side. Oh boy, let me just play Dodge Planet again. Wait for this to pass. I know I'm not the most patient astronaut around, but okay, so there's another door into this thing, and it looks as though it's functional. What's this say? Some time has passed since I checked in with you, Pi. How are you? An idea progressing with the sun station plans. I think I read that, actually. Now if I... how exactly would I get in? Unless what I end up having to do is run through it somehow. So this area is lower. But come to think of it, I don't even think this is at ground level. We're still not quite there yet. Just out of absolute curiosity, which way is the Ash Twin Station? Oh, this is it. All right. Problem is I'm running out of oxygen, so I have to once again hope my ship doesn't get sucked up by this thing. Oh, there are trees on the terrace station. And that's where the ship landed. Alright, well, I'm going to go to Terra then for trees, to refuel my oxygen. Oh Boy, is gravity ever low here. I'm wondering how long several seconds actually is, by the way. It's kind of a vague definition. Maybe it's 3, maybe it's 5, maybe it's 7. Well, this should be it. Which way is in? I mean, it hasn't been that long since I've been here. I can see a bit of a tree sticking out right here, but I can't get to it. So the sand should be gradually draining, and hopefully I'll get the chance to go into, I think it was this one. Yeah, I recognize that little alcove there. So now the idea is once the sand, once Ember approaches, I'll still be hidden in that alcove. Okay, here it comes now. As soon as it passes overhead, I'm not sure how many seconds I have, but that's beside the point. Point is, where the dickens am I? Well, wherever it is, this is the other end of the Ash Twins. Huh. It looks like I'm floating in space, and yet it isn't space, is it? It's the Terra Thor that looks like space. 8 minutes 16 seconds ago. Received data from previous cycles. Masks receiving data from probe tracking module, Giant's Deep memory statue, Timber Hearth memory statue. Are those the statues with their eyes open? The probe tracking module is offline though. 14 minutes until end of cycle transmission. Wait a second, this was 14 plus 8 minutes. So we got like 22 minutes per loop, and these, it's not that they look familiar. I know, oh, I've seen them before. And I don't mean from the, from that projection room either. There's one of them. Oh look, another one of those statues. Okay. Today we finished the excavation of Ash Twin. Here in this space we carved, we will craft our most ambitious project yet, the Ash Twin Project, powerful enough to send information back in time. How far we've come since our experiments at the High Energy Lab, I still can hardly believe Ramey's hypothesis was true. We also finished relocating all subterranean plants we met while digging. Didn't know you could meet a plant. We'll need to keep our eyes on how significantly we've altered the environment here. Poke just sent the warp core for the final tower to us from the Black Hole Forge. Now Ash Twin can be connected with Giant's Deep, where Castava is working with Avens to craft the orbital probe cannon, and where Phlox is sculpting the memory statues. Hypothesis: it was not by accident that the core of our warp tower was the last to be forged. Hypothesis: the cores should have been forged faster, could have been forged faster if Cassava had interrupted my work less frequently to ask for updates. Yeah, common problem. The important point is that we are all connected through Ash Twin now, and also that I'm no longer needed for mediating your disagreements. Our friends on Giant's Deep tested the orbital probe cannon today. Mallow tells me the cannon is doing well and that Avens advocates for more launch power. If anyone can coax the maximum power from a device, Avens can. But then if anyone can goad a device into exploding, that too is likely with Avens. Perhaps I should check in with the orbital probe cannon crew in the interest of safety. Well, we don't know what happened there. Would it help to remind Avens that Mallow, his love, will be one of the Nomai aboard the cannon, or is Mallow part of the problem? Phlox and Daz finished the memory statues today, and they are truly remarkable. When the Ash Twin project succeeds, or in the event it fails, the memory statues will activate, allowing us to gather more data before we shut down the project. Pi and Idea have worked hard on the Sun Station, and it at last is complete. If everything goes as planned, this structure will prompt the Sun's explosion, which will in turn supply the power the Ash Twin project requires. So they didn't know we were here, did they? Or at least some of them must have suspected we were. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's why I'm looping back in time. If I were to somehow tell the crew, the people who fired the orbital cannon and left, that we're here, maybe they'll take us with them. I'm impressed at by their mental fortitude. This was the project's most difficult task in more ways than one. Why doesn't it account for the other suns exploding? We're nearly ready to activate the Ash Twin project. Here's what will happen. First, the Sun Station will receive the order to fire at the Sun, prompting it to explode. Using the energy from the resulting supernova, Ash Twin project will send the order from the orbital probe cannon to fire back in time by 22 minutes. 22 of our minutes, anyway. Exactly 22 minutes after these orders are received, the Sun Station will again trigger the supernova to send the probe data from this cannon launch back in time. In total, each cycle created by the Ash Twin project will last precisely 22 minutes. We can end this cycle at will. These words are difficult to write. The Sun Station did not work. Suppose we redesign the Sun Station. To generate power of that magnitude, a supernova is still our only viable option. This is easier expressed than accomplished. You can wait for the Sun to explode on its natural timeline if you prefer, Idea, but you'll need to find some way to halt our aging process. Haha. I believe we can still find a way to create a supernova, my friend. Don't lose hope. However, this is the closest we have ever been. The Ash Twin project is theoretically sound. We were only unable to power it. Perhaps there is another way. We are halting our research into creating a supernova for this moment. A comet has newly arrived in the solar system and we're anxious to explore it. It's been a very long time since we last explored somewhere new, so we're excited to welcome this comet. Imagine what knowledge might be gained there. At least before it slams into the sun. Okay, well, gee, now I don't know what to think. I am gonna find whoever is responsible for them and punch their face in. I have good news, Yara. The advanced warp core is ready to be installed in the central chamber of Ash Twin. I'm intrigued, love. Everyone here is working on the Ash Twin project and is excited to see it. Pi is beside herself with, wait a second. I remember reading this earlier. The Timber Hearth Projection Stone. I wasn't aware we had one. My gratitude for the latest shipment, Onio. This core should be the last we'll need. This ore should be the last we'll need for the Ash Twin project. This is exciting news. Can I offer an extra set of eyes for the final check, specifically mine? If my work here is complete, I'd be delighted to help. We'd be grateful if you would. The more eyes, the better, as the smallest flaw or opening in the shell that protects the Ash Twin project could lead to disaster. Once we finish the shell that seals off the central chamber, we'll check to ensure there are no longer any physical entrances. Remy and I will be checking the interior and then the exterior for cracks, our final safety check. And then presumably they'll beam in here. Here's Giant's Deep. I've installed the masks inside the Ash Twin Project flux. They look beautiful, although I feel as though I'm being observed. It's comforting to know the statues will not pair until the project succeeds. Otherwise, I imagine the experience will be hard to endure. Ideally, they'll only need to activate once the project succeeds as a safety measure. However, the statues will also activate in the event of equipment failure. They will, why is that? If anything goes wrong with the Ash Twin Project, the statues and their masks will make us aware of the situation and enable us to fix it. Otherwise, it would be possible for us to remain permanently unaware of the project. I hadn't thought of that. What a profoundly horrific fate that would be. Or should I say, what a profoundly horrific fate that is. I think I'm beginning to understand here. And I don't like it. What's this do? Artificial gravity control. Okay, I just turned off the artificial gravity. I don't know what that did or why. Maybe I just did it for its own sake. Oh boy, hold on a second. Oh, I see. Oh, come on. Stay up, stay up. Okay, I don't know what this is, but I'm heading for it anyway. It looks like there's a sort of a black hole in it, and a white hole too. And if I took out the... Okay, I just took the warp core off. There's only one drawback. I have no idea what that did. So here's what I'm going to do. At least they found a warp core. I don't know how I'm breathing, by the way. Can I put this down somewhere? Or is it just going to float away? How do I equip the translator? Okay, that still works. You are about to access the core while the Ash Twin Project is active. Removing the core will disable the Ash Twin Project. Well, I'd rather not have that happen, thank you very much. So I'm going to plug this thing back in. And there's a projector here. Okay, it's what these masks are doing. So, across it here. I'd like to turn the artificial gravity back on if that's possible. I know it. They did it some... yeah, it was over... There we go. Now let's have a look at some of these projection stone, like the Timber Hearth projection stone. So these masks are receiving information. I think one of them is me, but the other two... I have no idea. Are there really two others that... Yeah, I remember this place. It was the cave on Timber Hearth. What are the rest of these? Oh, yeah, alright. I think there was a projector there too, so... What about the Giant's Deep projection stone? Maybe each of these masks corresponds to a statue. Could that be it? And this place... It's Giant's Deep, but it's underground somehow. Well, this isn't the same projection that I saw of Giant's Deep earlier. And as for Brittle Hollow, well, there aren't a whole lot of places I haven't been there. Well, actually, no, there's two. This is an observatory and the Tower of Quantum Knowledge. And here... wait, I recognize this place, too. Oh, this is the Black Hole Forge. Yeah, I can tell, because I recognize the view. An awful lot of information and the answer to a very important question. Why is the sun blowing up? Well, now we know whose fault it is. Probe tracking module, Giant's Deep memory statue, and Timber Hearth memory statue. Which I think was taken from Giant's Deep. Alright. Well, that told us a lot. So, not sure where I am in the cycle. There's one place that I want to get to be above all others. It's this one. Perhaps, and this is just a theory, but maybe it connects to... oh. Darn it, let me just get somewhere where I won't be vacuumed up along... ow. Okay, maybe if I fall up while I'm under this bridge, I won't end up on Ember Twin. I will still be on Ash Twin. Falling up, but I'm following the ring road too. Yeah, there we go. Much better. Alright, now let me just get back on the road. So if I remember correctly, there are two ways into the Sun Station, and one of them is closed and the other is that one. But the road doesn't go there. And as far as... and this looks, well... dangerous, really dangerous. I'm wondering if I can even go there, or do I need to either one, take advantage of the fact that I'm falling up, or two, come here at such a point where, well, let me see if I can get a look at what's beyond this using my scouts. Turn the camera around. I can't see it. It's on the wall. Maybe if I put it on the ceiling. Or maybe if I can fall up. Let the gravity do the work. No, I think if I was going to fall up, I already would have by now. So that theory isn't worth anything. Alright, so... Problem with these is that, well, I'd have to sit here waiting for. That's what I can do is. Land on top of the wall here, maybe? Wait a second. Ah, there we go. Alright, I can't get through here. I probably can't get through there either. And I don't think I have 3 minutes. There's spikes all over this place. I wonder if I were to land here early enough. Would I by any chance be able to... Such trouble, I can't tell. And I can't see the other door from here. And while I'm at this... Yeah, there's only one way here, and that's through this elevator. I could test that theory. I'd have to run around this area, patching up my suit as I went. How would I get back?